the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Browns and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also for him to escape the pocket and run.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll look to throw here. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the hope? Those types of things. That's what people are looking for.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop it.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And this a 39-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they have 3 first downs and 3 points. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Thornton. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, going Jefferson downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Minnesota.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And here's a give to Gibson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
Well, this is a football game, right?
It is.
How you like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on the opposition.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And his kick is good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and 11. And that is incomplete here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A pass there over the middle to start things out. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Up 2nd and 7.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a handoff here to his running back. Ooh, the juke. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far, a bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now they'll switch it up here. Look, blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And a good stiff arm and some space to run. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. The extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now a throw here, hauled in. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw again. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll look to throw again. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Hopkins making the catch. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings! Irv Smith Jr. as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. No problem there on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It'll be a gain of 4 here, and it will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Kyler Murray, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Vance McDonald, a touchdown catch in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0, but who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So nothing doing there. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll run with Gibson.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. There's a nice move. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 10 more there and another 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And from the 9, they get 5-yard line.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Gibson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get at the 25-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And to give this time to the tailback. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
They'll set up a throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taking on the midfield logo. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
and escapes the sack. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. Third down here. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw left side to start things out.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now back to throw.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Cleveland offense making their way out. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
A handoff for Gibson.
And he'll go down at the 28. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
Now, I like that he knew that was a bad.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
His first career.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed and in a tight.
The kicker on for the extra point.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now they try the right side here. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Escapes the sack. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got it at the 15. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big play there for Minnesota. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are on their way to a 2-0 start. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw. That's caught, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Here's Gibson to start the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. He's going to go up top again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to one. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. So that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times I sat in meetings with coaches, and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, your defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Vikings, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.